Happy New Year 2025.
I was going to say 2024.
I haven't had to write the date down yet, so I haven't made any
I
mistakes.
have. I had to write a check and I almost screwed it up. I do that every year. So, hi everyone, I'm Maria.
And I'm Shaun.
This is In the Moment with Maria and Shaun.
Shaun.
2025. Yay.
We made it.
We made it. So, anyway, well, it's just, in a way, it's nice to say we made it because
you survived. You actually got sick.
Yes. I mean, I think the whole Arizona was sick. I don't know about
I survived.
Other parts of the United States, but it has been so crazy. Like, everyone I know has this lingering cough, and it's just not any cough. It's just like hard, and then
does it hurt?
It hurt. Well, yes, and then it makes you pee in your pants.
Oh my goodness.
I'm like having a senior moment every time. I'm like, I should be wearing the pen.
That's what I was about to say.
No, and I'm not joking. I'm like, this is nuts.
Wow.
That's how it's like coming from. It's within like that kind of cough, and it started like around, I would say, Halloween, and it started with that dry cough. I was just like trying to get rid of that dry cough, and then it just lingered through Thanksgiving, then Christmas. But then as time went on, I just felt like it was just so hard. I didn't get the sore throat, thank goodness. Some people did, I guess,
okay.
But I did not get the sore throat. But I was just, on top of that, I was super, super tired.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, did it just
I just wanted
you?
to sleep. It was just like, but I didn't really have a high fever or anything. I didn't have, I mean, I went to urgent care and they didn't give me antibiotics because I did not have a fever. It's just
going around.
It's going around. It's
like
an antiviral thing. Like I needed an antiviral thing to get rid of it, but they did not give me antibiotics or anything. It's just a virus that's probably just been going around.
Interesting. Well, luckily, I'm sorry for you, Maria. I really am.
Well, but I felt like it was just like, it just took me, that was my holidays. I mean, granted, thank goodness I was with family and all that.
Was the whole family sick?
No, just me and my mom. I think it's because my kids were always doing their own thing and they're not in the house, thank God.
Yes.
That much. They're sleeping over friends or doing whatnot. And then, like, my husband got a little bit where he felt a little bit of a tingling feeling in his throat. But then we gave him some guava tea. And that just went away real quick. So we have a guava plant. So if you guys don't know what it is, look it up.
We've talked about guava before and how amazing guava is.
Yes, in like our first or second episode, we spoke about that. And it has a lot of respiratory benefits and other stuff. But so we have a plant in the backyard and we pick the leaves, obviously clean it and all, and then boil the leaves to make tea out of it and drink that tea. And I believe that really what helped me and my mom, and we didn't get the sore throat or anything. It was just that cough. But for the cough, I have to say, taking Mucinex DM really helped. It's just the fact that it just lasted so long.
And you use that, and I brought little items to show you. I use Manuka honey if I get sick or if I get a cough. And when I use the Manuka honey, I do a spoonful of Manuka honey, and then I will put a drop or two of oregano oil, and that's what I use when I get sick.
Okay, not to interrupt you in the beginning, but I ran out. I think that also helped me to not have it too much overwhelming, because when because oregano is best when you first started feeling the symptoms, right? It's like that. So I had the pills of the oil oregano pills, and that definitely helped me in the beginning, like trying to be functional. Like I can still do things and all that. So it wasn't like I was in bed dying, you know what I mean? But that definitely, I have to say, oil of oregano is amazing.
And you can get it at Sprouts.
But definitely, oil of oregano is definitely a lifesaver.
It is. It doesn't taste good. It's very, very strong, and that's why I use a spoonful of the Manuka honey. I give it to my daughter all the time. Like I said, I've mentioned before, she takes it like a champ because she knows that it's going to help her. And
also, I don't know how you pronounce it, mullein root. Mullein. It's in mullein root, but
that also comes in drop forms too.
Yes, right? You can get it, but I have seen taking like some tea or there's herbal, and then they have
Elderberry is very, very
with
good.
that lime root, and then there's ginger in there, lemon, all that. It's all good. Pretty cold. It's like not everything works for everyone. I guess it depends on the body.
It does, because like
So,
literally every body.
but I think I just have some dry. My throat's dry, but
And you do have to find out like what works best
for me,
you.
ginger's top notch. Ginger. Every time my mom would boil some ginger, that helps a lot. And then the guava obviously seems to work for me, and the oil of oregano. For some people, it's just other stuff, But there are definitely herbs there that helps you. You don't have to go do the antibiotic thing. It's just that. But then the antibiotic thing, I think, if you're really, really severe and
well, I mean,
you need
always
to function.
consult a doctor. I mean, if you're really, really sick, then obviously you need to seek medical assistance and take their advice. Another great thing for it says immune support is the colloidal silver that I was talking about, and you can just do a couple of drops underneath your tongue, and it's just really amazing for your immune system. And again, I got this at Sprouts.
And by the way, people, I mean, my symptoms started around Halloween, and that's when we started our podcast. So obviously you saw me still functioning during our podcast. So
absolutely, I didn't even know you weren't feeling well.
Oh yeah, it was just after we do it, and I just go to sleep.
I'm done. Good night.
No, but it's like that's the thing. It's because I was taking those the ginger
the
and the guava. It was helping me function because I still have to function. I have my mommy duties and I have all these other stuff.
Yes, our life doesn't end just because we don't feel good.
But it's just the fact that I'd be going to bed by the time it's like 8, and I know I'm like, I can't hold it in anymore. Because, if you go to bed too early, then you'll be waking up at midnight and you're like up wide awake and you're like, what do I do? But what I notice is, even though if I've like slept at 8 and I wake up like at 1 in the morning, I could still go on. I could sleep forever and ever. And I knew something.
Do you wake up and you're awake and you can't go back to sleep?
No, I wake up and then I just like what's later and I'm like, I'm just still tired. That's when I knew this is different. Where it's like usually if I'm sick and I've been sleeping so much, then sometimes your hours are different, right?
Yes.
And you're like, oh gosh, I shouldn't have slept that much. But no, this is like, I felt it most like around leading into Christmas that week. It's like, oh my gosh, this is just like, I can't, maybe somebody else gave me something, it's in the air, I don't know, but it just like, I'm super, super, super tired.
I want to know how you get to go to bed at 8 o'clock.
Because my body was just like...
Well, I guess your kids are old enough too, where like, you don't need to really...
Oh, well, yeah. And it's Christmas break. So at least I know they're here, and but it's like, I'm just like, I couldn't keep my eyes open.
That's horrible.
And then it was just really weird. And like, and not until this week, when the kids went back to school, that I just started having that energy that I used to have, but weird. And that cough finally broke down. It's not dry anymore. I'm not peeing in my pants anymore. I hate to say it, but it was just crazy.
So you were coughing and like,
I'm like, I was like, oh my, I think I changed at least 5 times a day.
Oh my goodness. Well, why didn't you just go out and buy some Depends?
I was in denial. I didn't want to be like, I don't want to say I'm wearing Depends.
You don't tell people.
But I know I'm wearing Depends. It just felt weird.
I have Depends on.
Yeah, but I just felt like, oh, honey, this is gonna be going away. I mean, guys, I had some pads, there, but it's still, I should have just like, oh my God! You don't expect it because sometimes you'll be fine, and then you go on this spurts where you're like, oh, coughing. I'm like, whoa, it just won't stop, and then you're fine. But then you'll have that hard cough. I'm like, I'm like, oops, yeah, sorry. TMI? Is it really TMI? Oh,
no, it's human nature. I mean, obviously, we like to talk about anything and everything that happens in life, and that's one of those things that happens.
Yes,
it's not pleasant, but it happens.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want to get on the topic of peeing our pants, so let's go back to...
But, and the thing is, I was on scrolling through social media and stuff, and I don't know if it was TikTok or Instagram, and people were talking about it and saying the same thing.
Oh, so it's just...
And it's like people were like, in the comments, like, like pee and they're peeing. I'm like, oh my gosh,
You're like, me
It's
too.
not just me, and everybody's saying that.
Wow, that's
it's just the
crazy.
cough was that hard. I mean, sorry, I'm talking about this, but this I'm like, and I texted my cousin, and she's in California, and because she was telling me, it's like, yeah, her and her whole family had it, and she's like, this is worse than when we had COVID last year. This is just like, it's so weird, and we were talking about what her symptoms and everything, and I'm like, yep, yep, the cough, the fatigue, and it's just.
Well, I'm
like,
sure it didn't help you because I know that you sometimes work with kids and
Yeah.
they have lots of germs.
And well, yeah, that too, and that's
so-
probably why it wouldn't go away because they're
You're
constantly
getting
coughing
their
at
little
me.
baby germs and everything. Their little dirty hands.
And then when I don't work with a group anymore, and I just had one kid that I was working with, that he ended up having the flu. So that he kind of gave me a little bit of that during Christmas.
But because your immune system is already a little broken down with the
right,
cough, so
yes.
anyone
That's why the oil of oregano definitely works for that because it helps
your immune system.
Yes,
and so does silver. Silver is like a great.
And I've never done the silver.
Yeah, it's great, and it even says immune support. So if you ever, and you can take it as soon as you start to not feel well. I don't suggest that you take it every single day because it is, silver. Mm-hmm. But if you start to not feel well, just start taking drops of silver. Mm-hmm. It's amazing how these.
How's it taste?
It doesn't taste like any. Here, let's.
No, I don't want to taste it right now.
Yes. It has a little taste. Just go
Oh, it doesn't taste like that. It's like water with, what color was that? It was kind of like brownish.
But
oh,
so
that was nothing.
See?
And that hears me like, But it's because when I think that mullein root thing that I
think it's mullein.
It had that taste like bitter.
A horrible taste.
Yeah, but you know what? Just down it with water and you'll be fine.
Well, and the oil of oregano, it is very strong.
But you have to mix it with something.
Well, that's where the Manuka honey comes in.
Yes,
because Manuka honey is very, very good for you. It's it's medicinal. So that with the oregano is incredible.
Okay, moving on. So that's like we were talking
so
about.
So that's how your holidays went.
Yes, pretty much.
Yes.
But as you can see, like, look at my tree. I did that while I was sick.
Well, it looks beautiful. It's amazing. Her tree's huge.
But
she still has her tree up.
Oh, yeah, that's staying up till February. If I can put that up.
Like my lights are still up.
I actually did some yesterday, but I still have some. But, technically in the Catholic Church.
We're still celebrating Christmas.
We are.
We are still celebrating Christmas.
It's supposed to be, how Lent, 40 days?
Yes. So
Christmas is also 40 days. So if we didn't have HOA, these lights would be there till
next year.
Next year,
just like me.
No, like they said it because it is. It's a season.
This is the last week.
This is supposed to be like I think by the 15th. Is it by the 15th where we're?
I'm not sure the exact date.
Because I think the season starts when the first week of Advent, right? Is that when usually?
Yes.
And then it leads to obviously after Christmas. So it's supposed to be the whole thing is.
And I do see a lot of people that still have their decorations up and everything because we're still celebrating.
We're still celebrating. No, and that's why I still have some. I left some lights, but I took some out because I took out the ones that are like totally annoying and flashing and I did, but I left some because I'm like, hey, we're still, and I'm like, that tree is still going to be up there for a while. So my cleaning lady told me when I was telling her, I said, because she said, oh my gosh, Maria, I'm like, I know, I did it all by myself, the tall tree, and I said it's going to be staying up there
She's like,
for a while.
I did it, and it's staying up.
For a while. I just like, you know what? She's like, I have a client who never takes down her tree. I said, what? She's like, yeah, she just puts different decorations depending on what's going on.
Halloween, she'll put like
Halloween stuff,
for
4th of July.
It's Valentine's Day, heart celebrate it.
That's what she's told me. I said, that's a great idea.
Yeah, if you have the space for it.
I guess that tree's never coming.
So Valentine's Day.
Easter will be eggs and bunnies. I don't know. I'm joking. I don't think I'm going to have it.
You put the Easter baskets under the tree.
Right?
There you go.
But that's what she told me. She's like, Maria, I'm like, wow, that's a great idea. Mm-hmm. I said, well, It'll go down, but
Not just yet.
not in January.
Well, lucky for me, I was healthy during the holidays.
Yes, you were. You did a
Yes.
lot. And I was like gonna suggest to you when you did it, like you and your daughter went to see some reptile.
Yes.
Did you not take any video?
I took pictures, and I will post them on In the Moment Moms, so
Yeah.
you can see the pictures. My daughter wanted to hold a snake, and I think for a while she was like trying to
Oh, I can't
like,
do it. I
like,
just can't do it.
Mom, can I have a snake? And
I
I'm like,
can't.
no, there's no way you're gonna have a snake, but we can find a place where you can go visit snakes. And luckily, there's a place in Scottsdale, and I cannot pronounce the name. It's Herpa something, and it's the largest reptile sanctuary. They have so many alligators, crocodiles. They have so many tortoises. They have
Wow.
snakes. It's just crazy. And I learned the difference between an alligator and a crocodile. Besides
What?
that, okay, so alligators, their snouts are like long, like this,
Okay.
and they don't eat people.
Alligators don't.
Alligators don't eat people. Crocodiles, their snouts kind of like round, and they will eat you.
Okay, so if I'm like,
But either way, I think I'm gonna run. if I
either
see
way,
one
I'm like, I'm
coming
not gonna
towards
be
me.
there. Like, are you round or are you long?
Let me look
By
at
that
your
point, I'm
face.
dead. So I'm just. So while we're on like this little thing that what is it that you when you're in the swamp? Like,
Oh, yeah, in the swamp.
Yeah, I said. Well, first of all, I am not ever gonna go in the swamp.
Well, it depends on where you live, because
I
if
know,
you
but
live
it's true, and that's what I'm saying. People do.
they see them all the time. So
Yeah.
a long time ago, me and a bunch of our girlfriends, we went to go visit our friend's dad had a beach house in South Carolina.
Oh yeah, South Carolina.
And
Yeah.
literally at night, you can see these little baby ones just cruising
I
around.
cannot.
And I'm like,
Is it
oh my-
crocodile or alligator?
At that point, I don't remember. It was
You
so
were
long.
like,
I didn't know the difference at that
Of
time.
course, yeah. You just learned it, but it's just like it's crazy. That once I see it, I run. I can't. I'm not. But I don't know what movie that was. And Betty White was. May she rest in peace. Betty White was feeding him.
I don't know what movie that is.
Yeah, it was. I can't remember now. But she was feeding that one, and I think that was the one that was killing people.
And then it must have been a crocodile.
I'm like, whoa. She was talking to her like it's a dog, puppy.
Petting it.
Like,
I'll have to post pictures, and it's so funny because they have so many tortoises. And during the tour, it was pretty funny because my daughter got really embarrassed, and there was other little kids there too. They will mate right in front of you because there's just so many.
Wait,
they're like
on top of each other, like
it's just like doggy style.
Doggy style. Okay, this is PG-13.
I took a picture, so I'm going to post it. And my daughter's up there. She's like, Mom, stop. But I wasn't the only adult that was taking pictures.
But it's interesting.
It's nature. Yeah. And the lady that was giving the tour, she's like, this happened. She's like, I don't talk about this during my tour. She's like, that's up to your parents. If you want to explain this to your kids, you can. But it happens all the time, and there's nothing they can do about it.
But you get to see it.
Yeah, it's nature. Take its course.
Hey, it's science. Like some science classes have that in their lab. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they talk about life and how it happens.
Yeah, crazy.
So it was really good. So that's one thing we did during our break.
I wish we were. I mean, when we first moved here to Arizona, we did obviously my kids were younger, so we did the whole. I think we talked about this in our other episode, one of our Christmas episodes. Going to up north. They're the Polar Express.
Yes, we did that too.
All that, and then that's Santa's
workshop. And then you take the bus, and it makes it feel like you're going through the Northern Lights.
Yes, it was all that. But then I noticed now, a friend of mine posted, who also happens to be my realtor, posted all this stuff that's good for all this Christmas events that goes on. And there's so much more now than there were before. And obviously, with my kids being now all grown, it's just I'm kind of hard to oh, you guys, let's do this. Yeah. Because little ones, they're all about that. But
we went ice skating downtown Mesa, outdoor ice skating. So we did that during the break as well. Yeah. I made it around a few times without falling.
Were you sore? Because I know every time
didn't do
I
it
do
a lot.
that, I'm
My
like,
daughter's
ouch.
like whisking around,
Yeah.
going, and I'm like going real slow.
Well,
I
yeah,
didn't
well, she
hold it.
played hockey.
She did. I didn't
So,
hold the rail, but I made sure I was very close to the rail just in case
yeah.
I needed to grab onto something.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, and my kids were fine with that because obviously they've done rollerblading and done all that. So I when I got on when my daughter had a birthday party at the ice skating rink a few years ago, um, it was just like, oh, okay, I could do this, just like roller skates, kinda.
Little did you know.
But I was so sore.
It is.
Like all these muscles that I
That you
haven't
don't
used.
use. We forget about like
Oh my
even
God.
though you can walk a lot or jog, you're still
Yes.
using your muscles in a different
True.
way, and you're just like, oh my goodness, what did I do?
Yeah, but I'm jealous because I wish we were able to do more. I mean, I have to say, well, my kids did some stuff with their friends.
Well, that's good.
I mean, I think they went to the mall a lot. But I want, like,
Christmas hangout spot.
I know, like, I'm thinking next year, hopefully we're all healthy. I want to do more, like, Christmas stuff because I think now in Scottsdale, there's more stuff going on during
There's you know what we did? That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's called Illuminations, and I think it's
I
still
with the lights.
going on. It's at Superstition Springs Mall, and
Oh,
it's just
no.
and there's just lights. You walk around, and there's lights everywhere.
No, I haven't done that. That's new.
We did that. That was something different that we did instead of like driving around.
Yeah, we've done the driving through the lights. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So we did. Yeah, we did do a lot of.
I've
fun
done
stuff.
zoo lights before, like all this stuff we've done. But then I know there's some new ones too. But I didn't get a chance to walk around so much in
Well, you
other
were coughing,
neighborhoods.
and you're not
I just
feeling
wanted to
good.
sleep. I just wanted to sleep. And
That
even
was
if
like-
I wanted to watch like a Christmas movie,
Did you fall asleep through it?
Oh yeah,
It was like
I'd be like, I can't. I'm going to bed. I can't do it. Yeah.
So, how was your New Year's Eve? Did you sleep through it? Did you make it till midnight?
No, I always do New York. Once New York hits midnight, okay, it's
You're
New
like,
Year's,
I'm
guys.
done.
Because other parts of the world is already the next
different.
day.
Exactly, it is. Because
You know what I mean?
I had to work the next day on New Year's
Yeah.
Day, and I told my daughter, I'm not gonna, well, I'm probably not gonna be able to stay up till midnight.
No.
I never stay up till midnight, anyways. But you can wake me up.
Yeah.
We'll, give me a kiss, give me a hug,
Yeah.
and we'll do a little cheers with sparkling
Right.
cider. And then one of my friends called me from another state,
Yeah.
and next thing I know, it's 11:45. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah,
So I actually stayed up till
Yeah.
midnight, but I went to bed probably at 12:05.
No, we were watching, I forgot which shows, they have, was it with Ryan Seacrest or I don't know. And they're just like, because they're in New York in Times Square.
Yeah, Times
So we go by that. And then once that, and then obviously we texted our girls because they're at their own New Year's Eve party.
Oh, that's right.
And
Yes.
stuff. So
They got all dressed up.
they did.
Yeah, I don't have
Yeah.
the energy to even
I was telling my husband, I'm like, remember when we used to get all
dressed up and go to parties and dance
and then during our
kiss
time,
at midnight.
and then and then it's like, but then we were pre-kids, we were still in Chicago, and there's no Uber back then, and when we
true.
were younger, obviously, and then it was pre-kids, and it's like just trying to get a cab
Along with everyone else.
along with everybody.
Everyone
It was
else.
like and it's cold.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, and you want to look pretty when it's cold.
So you're wearing like a short
and you don't
skirt,
think about things.
you have heels on, and you're like, I'm not cold.
I'm not cold. But yeah, after midnight, I'm like, where's that cab? I'm freezing. My feet are killing me. It hurts. It's cold. It's frozen. Yeah. It's like, those were the days. Now it's like, I'm at home with my TV.
In your pajamas.
And once it hits mid, okay, I'm going to bed.
But you didn't even stay up.
Not to the Arizona one.
In New York.
New York.
I was awake.
I was awake. I might have stayed up for the Midwest too. Oh my gosh, so we're so far behind. Everybody else is already New Year's. I'm like, come on, Arizona.
Come on, catch up, catch up. Well, and our time doesn't change. So it just
That's
depends.
why we're
Yeah.
still, our time doesn't change. So that's what happened during our Christmas break leading into New Year's. But the thing is, we're so excited to what 2025 is going to bring us. We're just, I'm like feeling like, okay, I'm going to be healthy. then we're getting sick, and then the weather's gonna start changing again soon here.
It's actually been getting really, really cold.
Oh, it's
and when
like
I say
in the
cold,
like no, like
it's
for
been
us
cold.
it's in the 30s in the morning.
It is. It's really cold.
And then for us it's freezing.
Yeah. I have to wake up early in the morning to get my daughter ready for school,
Uh-huh.
and I don't like waking up when it's dark outside. It makes it so much harder.
Yeah, and I know it's hard, and it's kind of hard to get up, when it's still dark outside.
Yeah.
But
But the
but
thing
this
is,
is what happens after the holidays. You notice like February that's when the weather starts to be really great here.
and that's the challenge. So my birthday's in February, my daughter's birthday's in February, and we like to explore different places in Arizona.
Yeah.
And so we've been chasing snow, trying to go to different places.
Oh, that's when you
snow.
usually
Remember when last
yes.
year we went to Sholo, near where you had a house at?
Yes.
There was no snow.
No, and that's a challenging thing because,
And so we
but
were
at the same time,
gone.
I'm so happy. I'm like, that's the perfect weather. I just wish it would just stay that way all year when it's like here, like 70s, 80s. Well, no, the 80s starts February,
Yeah,
March.
it starts in February.
March.
Because-
But then, and then, but for me, perfect weather is really 90 here in Arizona.
That's your idea of perfect weather?
90s here because 90s is equivalent to like the
That's
80s.
hot still.
No,
See,
it's perfect.
I love the California weather because being from California, and the perfect weather is 80s.
Here at
No,
Remedies?
in California.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
I would
for
love
California 80s for
is
hot.
perfect.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. 90s here is equivalent to the 80s in California.
Yeah.
That's how I always, because once you get to 105 and above, then it's just hot, right? But being it's not humid here. So in the 90s, it's just right.
I guess so.
Yeah.
If you say
You
so.
have to compare to like say 90s, but what 90s in the Midwest, forget about it. That's just like hot, like
Up to them.
like humid, yeah. So anyway, well, that's our episode for today. So we just talked about
Staying healthy.
getting sick, getting over it, peeing in our pants.
Not me. That's all her.
Now I'm
None of that
better.
applies to me. I
Now I'm
was
better.
nice
Sorry.
and healthy.
And reptiles and crocodiles
Gators.
and all these Christmas events that I'm hoping in 2025 I'll get to do more.
Get to do more.
Yes. So on that note, we will see you on our next episode.
And enjoy 2025. We hope you have a blessed and happy New Year for
Happy
2025.
New Year. Yay, get those goals going. All right, talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.